Hello. All right. Thank you so much for joining us for our third night in a row of product reveals. So this, as you can see, is our brand new DuckOrange Whole Food Bites, which we're very excited to bring to you in this 3 ounce and, no, sorry,
Yeah.
yes, 3 ounce
7.5.
and 7.5 ounce package. So if you're a big fan of our treats that we already have in this color range, which we'll talk about in a second, if you're a big fan of the beef red, the bison green, or the salmon blue, or our liver trainers, these are going to be right up your alley in focusing on some things we'll talk about in a second. So Kelly, how did we end up deciding on making these?
Well, as you guys probably can tell so far this week, there's been a theme. Tomorrow is out of the theme, so stick around for tomorrow. But we did the duck bone broth for the golden blend, and then we wanted to use those same ingredients that we were using in the golden blend to make a freeze-dried treat along the same lines as the other ones that we've made. The freeze-dried whole food bites we launched last October. They have been super successful. People, dogs, cats love them. And I just wanted to add another kind of more novel protein to them. We didn't have any in the kind of poultry family yet, and so this felt like a good fit. Also, duck and squash just kind of feels kind of fall to me, and it just seemed like a good thing to launch at this time of year. And it just kind of all came together. And with the four freeze-dried treats we have, the beef, salmon, and duck all have 85% meat and 15% plants. And then the bison has 96% meat and 4% plants. And so they all have kind of different consistencies, which has been something that I've noticed people are really drawn to. People like the bison ones because they're lean and they're firm and they don't crumble in your pocket. And then people like the salmon ones because they're fattier and so they're softer and so they're better for dogs that might have, softer teeth or they want to break them apart easier. So that's kind of how the duck came into the family.
Oh, I was just going to change something on the lighting. So, yeah, and you guys can see some now, sort of get a glimpse into, the R&D process in terms of how other ideas can flow into other ideas. And so I think, I'm personally excited to introduce duck into so many of these products. So why don't you tell us the ingredient panel on this product?
Yes, the ingredient on this is duck with bone, duck liver, organic butternut squash, organic carrots, organic turmeric, organic fenugreek seed, and the mixed tocopherols. Something that, I don't know if you talk about this in trainings, I think we've talked about before, but the mixed tocopherols we use are actually non-GMO, which is hard to find and pretty unusual to find in most pet foods. The reason we did that is because when I first made the very first batch of the bison green, I started feeding it to Bambi, and she broke out in itching. And I was like, I can't have something that's causing my dog to itch. And I happened to have an appointment with my holistic vet that day. And I was so distressed about this new product that I was so excited about that was making my dog itch. And she said it was the mixed tocopherols, and oftentimes it's sourced from that has GMOs in it, and that's what causes dogs to itch. So we worked really hard to find a non-GMO source. The itchies are gone, and I think that's just a really important thing to highlight about all of our freeze-drieds.
Absolutely. And again, one of the reasons that I wanted to work with Green Juju was that dedication to quality and that dedication to even the minor things in providing, your dogs and cats. Because don't forget about cats with these treats. These are highly, highly palatable, and you can kind of see the consistency. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So let's talk about really quick. So we went over the ingredients in terms of how to do this. So let's talk about the usage a little bit here. So these are actually good in a multitude of ways. So they're very, very good for training. They're highly palatable. They're highly colorful. If you look, she likes getting crumbs all over my keyboard, so that's great. So they're highly palatable, but notice the color on those. So obviously we are looking for the orange. We're looking for those specific, carotenoids and those beta carotenes and beta carotene in order to, a specific antioxidant content, which I think is really cool because this is another one that if you want to rotate between these treats, you can get a different, antioxidant profile in there. So they're great for training. They're great to crumble on top of food and rehydrate to add in more of that, those healthy fats, more of the more protein, more of you're getting that duck liver, so more, that vitamin A and vitamin D in regards to that. So there's kind of like a multitude of ways to use this product. Is there anything else you want to mention?
I think just for all of these freeze drieds, the focus on using organ meats primarily to help add those nutrients to the diet. I think that's beneficial no matter what you're feeding, but especially if you're feeding a dry food diet, you're like really boosting the nutrition of that bowl by adding this on top. And whether you're adding, the full bites or it's the powder at the end, like you're still getting the nutrients in either way. We've gotten so much feedback about like these are like the thing that a dog will eat, or the one thing the dog will have recall for, or that cats break into the bags and devour them. So yeah, they're very palatable. We get a lot of great feedback on them, and we did a big test batch with duck and had the same results. So
Absolutely, and cats are really digging those. I remember the mini cats. I did an interview with the Crazy Cat ladies, and their cats went nuts for them, even the ones that don't typically love treats. So that's been a really cool, I think, surprise on that one.
we missed an opportunity. They should have been called the Golden Bites. We
Yes.
definitely missed that opportunity.
To April.
Yes.
Absolutely. You were right. We admit it.
Mhm.
We were wrong. You were right. Hi to Alexa, and thank you, Carol, about being excited.
Kristen, get ready for tomorrow. The theme's going to change.
Yes. So that's one of the things. Tomorrow is our last reveal for these new products. And so I think you guys will be, you've seen a trend, but the trend will completely change tomorrow. And I think you guys will be excited about what we have too. So make sure you come back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern as well.
I'm
So-
very excited about it.
So you can be the first to see what's going on. Janelle says more duck. I agree. We all need more duck.
It's in the week of the duck.
So Krista says, from Pug and Hound says, Bruce can't wait. He loves duck. And whatever Bruce wants, Bruce gets. And I know that because I am his godfather. So Bruce is a wonderful handicapped black pug in Illinois. So Nicole says, do you know when your products will be available in Eastern Canada?
We need to get a distributor there.
Yes, we are working on that currently, but we want to be there because we would love to be able to work with all of you in Eastern Canada. Looks like Ashley's stocks are freeze-dried treats, and the customers are loving them, so thank you. Hi to Billy Bauer down. I never know where exactly you live, but hi to wherever you are, sir.
Beth, I was originally going to title this whole series Treat the Rainbow, but it kind of got lost somewhere. But yes, definitely on the same page.
And that is definitely one of the things that, we are focusing on, and you've been focusing on for a while, and that we're going to focus on in the future is how do we introduce more colors and more plant antioxidants into dogs and cats' diets, because this is where, if you're looking at some of the research coming out right now, which I'm sure a lot of you are seeing, we're seeing a lot of benefit from plants. And lucky for us, we are mostly a plant-based company. So,
and the thing about plants, it's not just that I love rainbows, because I do, because I have a 4.5-year-old, but all these, when plants have colors, it's the phytonutrients, it's the plant chemicals that are giving them these colors, and those colors all have different health properties, and each color is unique, but as a group, they're all anti-inflammatory and antioxidant and anti-aging, and they all have all of these amazing properties that are unique to plants. You can only get these properties from plants. And so that's why I've kind of made it my mission to incorporate all these different plants into dogs and cats' diets, because I think that it's so important that they get these things and they aren't getting them anywhere else.
Absolutely. And that's the great thing is we can produce these products that are smaller ingredient panels with whole foods, and you let the body determine where those chemicals go as opposed to us, which is why we always appeal back to nature. So are certain treats better for certain pups?
If your dog has, I mean, it's up to your dog. If your dog has certain protein intolerances or whatever, obviously you want to avoid those. But if there aren't any issues and they can eat anything, then rotating is definitely your best bet. You're going to get the broadest range of nutrients by rotating through all of them. And your dog will be more excited too because they will enjoy the variety.
Absolutely. Marilyn says that she has sticky notes on her computer that tells her when to catch us alive. So thank you, Marilyn. And Kristen, I'm glad you really liked this week. We've had a blast doing it. We're excited about tomorrow. For us, it's just really fun because we get to make products, and you guys, we're excited to see the health outcomes that result from them in your dogs and cats. Ashley says, thank you for making she said dehydrated, but just keep in mind these are freeze-dried, and there's a slight bit of it. There's obviously a difference in processing there, as freeze-dried treats are going to be, more bioavailable without rosemary as a preservatives.
We don't introduce any heat in the process, so it's raw still.
So we have a few customers with dogs prone to seizures, and a lot of treats are preserved with rosemary. Looks like Kristen has a pug named Bruce in Minnesota. Well, it's a popular name apparently. Whitney was right again, and she's very excited for these, so thank you so much. Raven says, just got our first order of frozen Juju in today here at Off the Leash. Super excited to order these next, as green Juju treats are our top selling treats. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We love you, Raven, and also we love Matt, the store owner there. And your dog is very cute as well. So just throwing that out there. And Jeff at Pug and Hound is going to have these on the store. So if you're in the Chicago area, it's a great place to shop. All right. Well, I think we're probably going to call it there. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and we'll get to you there.
And we'll definitely see you guys tomorrow again at the same time, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And
whole different theme.
Yes, you'll want to come back tomorrow because I think it'll be very, very exciting. And I think you guys will really like it. So thank you guys again for coming on. And